Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a weekly track roundup. My thoughts and opinions on a bunch of songs that have come out over the past week or so. They are all going to be linked down in the description box regardless, so you can check them out for yourself. And yeah, that is pretty much the MO of these videos. Also linked down below. We have our Turntable Lab affiliate link. We get kickback from it if you use it to go buy some vinyl, buy some turntable stuff, buy some whatever. Our Patreon page also, somebody was like asking me on social media about, why do we have a Patreon page, so on and so forth. It's just to get bonus content out there. It's just to get bonus content out there and create a little, kind of like in community or anything. I'm not telling you that the needle drop is in dire straits. And if you don't subscribe to the Patreon, we're going to die or anything like that. It's just some extra stuff for you to enjoy and check out if you want to do that. Full streams of our New Music Friday streams when we do them. We also have extra Let's Argue bonus episodes every month, classic album live streams. It's just some extra stuff for you to enjoy if you're really into what we do. And that's it. If you want the extra stuff, join up and get it. Access to our Discord community too. If you don't want the extra stuff, don't get it. That's all. I'm not begging you. I'm not forcing your hand. I'm not twisting your arm behind your back. I'm just saying if you want some extra shit, there it is. Okay, link down below. That's all. And also our YouTube Shorts page where we are totally killing it. Sign up and subscribe today. We're over 100K over there. I got to actually switch out this this screen grab because it looks better now. It looks much better now. All right, moving on. Worst tracks of the week. We have a couple of those. We have a few. They are as follows. We have a new one over here from Vic Mensa with Ty Dolla $ign in the mix, East Side Girl. This is a really horrible fusion of hip-hop and house. I mean, obviously, hip-hop and house, there have been many amazing and mind-blowing marriages of those genres over the years, but this is not one of them. Especially Vic Mensa's vocals are terrible, and Ty Dolla $ign, while he's a much better singer, he's really phoning it in on this track that has some truly awful lyrics as well. This is just really not it, in my opinion. Vic Mensa, I appreciate that. He's a surprising guy. You never really know what he's going to do or try next. Sometimes he, made an attempt here, didn't pan out. Next, we have a new one from Grimes and Elangelo. And the track is titled I Want to Be Software. Is Grimes this desperate for song ideas at this point? I want to be a software. I want to live in the cloud. I want to be a digital idea. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is terrible. This is horrible. Not only are the lyrics bad, but the singing sucks too. And the beat is so generic. Why she needed to tap another producer on the shoulder to make this happen, I don't know. It's funny that people actually made this because this sounds like what AI would generate as a grime song at this point. So, I suppose it makes sense. All right, let's move on to the tracks I was not crazy about, but you may enjoy them more than me. We have a new one from country artist Tyler Childers. It's a little stiff, and the country instrumentation doesn't really have a whole lot of, twang or flavor to it, but I do think what we have here with this new Tyler track, which, by the way, is titled In Your Love. Just a really good, solid, beautiful, moving, well-written lyrically love ballad. There's something at least to appreciate about it for sure. We have a new one from Trippie Redd over here that I don't have a whole lot to say about. It's a very one-dimensional kind of track that's sort of underwritten. He's got some highs and lows vocally across the cut, but the instrumental is just a very one note. The track is kind of short as well and sort of dips out with some sound effects seeping into the mix at one point. Just kind of wish it lasted longer and had a clearer contrast and everything to the various parts of the song. We have Soccer Mommy covering Soak Up the Sun, which, it's a pretty cool version. I suppose it's, kind of hazy and lazy for the indie boys and girls. It's not a bad take on the track, I suppose, though I think I will continue to prefer the original. We have Sauce Walka and Conway the Machine, Dangerous Derringer. Beat is okay. Sauce Walka is going insane. I mean, just vocally speaking, like he's absolutely monstrous on this beat and, sounding hyper aggressive throughout the entirety of his verse to the point where Conway sounds almost like low energy in comparison to him. It's not a bad vibe overall, but there's not a whole lot of structure to it. And I do feel like some of the track's punch is lost in just how long Sauce Walka is kind of, extending things on the track, but still, cool to see these two pairing up. Poppy has a new track out titled Knockoff, which is kind of funny because it sounds, and maybe this was intentional, like a knockoff of her stuff. You had like a pop industrial mix version of it or something. It's palatable. It is catchy. The beats have a slight edge to them, kind of like that industrial pop edge thing that I was referring to earlier. But I don't think it's one of her stronger cuts, honestly. All right, moving on from there. One for the sad girls. Mitski has a new record on the way. First single, Bug Like an Angel. Song at the core of this one, pretty repetitive. Super basic chord progression too. Really the thing that makes this track is the vocal performance and the huge, grand, kind of larger than life, choral sections. But still, even with those, being as decent as they are, the guitar strumming pattern and the song's bass, kind of at the foundation of everything, just feels, again, just very one note, very one dimensional. Feels like it could use a bit of a shakeup or something. Moving on from there, Incantation comes through with another teaser for their full-length LP on the way. Homunculus, Spirit Made Flesh is the name of the track. And look, it's some really gritty, ugly, hideous, slow-paced death metal with some cool, melodic, anthemic guitar work popping in here and there. But for the most part, because the vocals are so run-of-the-mill, even though these guys are a classic band, in fairness, respect, the vocals feel so run-of-the-mill, and the pacing of the track is so sluggish. It sort of makes I guess the finer details of the song only sort of worth kind of sitting through to hear them, is what I'm getting at. Maybe this is a record that's going to be more of a grower when we hear the entire thing. I guess we'll see. All right, moving on from there, we have a new one from Haru Nomuri. And, once again, we're hearing her trademark brand of pop and rock and rap coming together, though there was a portion of the song that sort of took me out that I didn't care for per se, that sounded like if you had the Cranberries over a trap instrumental. I don't know if it quite worked, but I mean, it did grab my attention, for better or worse, I suppose. The ending past that point fizzles out kind of. I don't think it's the best progression or anything like that, but certainly she is continuing to try some really interesting and unique things in, the field of rock and just modern music generally. Moving on from there, Gucci Mane, Wappenheimer. This single, honestly, the best thing about this single is the title and the cover art. That's pretty much it. I swear to you, I promise you, that is pretty much it. The song at the core of this thing is just kind of your basic Gucci Mane song with a very low energy, half-hearted set of verses. He's not really trying all that much, though I do appreciate some of the themes of certain people in your life having your back and, caring about you, and having people in your life who, actually support you and, want to see you do well. That's important. That's significant. That's an important thing. But, outside of that, it's not, one of Guap's catchier, more captivating songs. We'll say that. All right, we have a new one from Flo Milli. It's pretty much your standard Flo Milli track. Fruit Loop, I don't have much to say about it. It's fun. Sounds like it'll pop off on TikTok. Has some standout bars here and there. It's fun. It's jumpy. It's in your face, but not, too much more standout than anything else she typically does. All right, we have a new one also from Ethel Cain, who's teaming up with an artist over here. The title of the track is Famous Last Words, and it's droney, it's despondent, it's a little grouper-esque, I would say, in terms of, those distant, eerie, haunting vocals just kind of inhabiting this very droney tune, very droney mix. Didn't really stand out to me aesthetically or melodically, but certainly was a mood. Was a mood while it was on. I'll give it that. All right, moving on from there, Ashniko has dropped another single from her forthcoming record. We are getting so many tastes of this album. This particular track, Cheerleader, I found to be very jumpy and just kind of difficult to pin down. And while it was throwing a lot of different refrains and loud, bold, catchy bits and constantly switching gears from part to part to part. Very little of it actually kind of stuck to the wall for me, you know, with everything that she was throwing out there. It just kind of felt like a bit of a barrage, and very little of it translated. But maybe as I listen to the album in the context of the record, the song in the context of the record, it'll do more for me. We'll see. All right, new one from Animal Collective. This single is kind of a surprise for me because they have a new record on the way. And our first taste of it was that 20-minute long track a little while ago that I put into the best tracks of the week when the band put that out. Now we have a single version of another song from the record, which I presume the original or the non-single version is going to be longer. But this track over here, just 5 minutes long, so significantly shorter than the 20-minute cut that they just dropped. Soul Capture is the name of the song, by the way. And for whatever reason, it feels longer and more tedious to listen to than that 20-minute track. I mean, you know, the band comes through with some weird psychedelic mixes of mush like they usually do. It sounds like Animal Collective, but the pacing is super tedious, and I just find the progression of the track, just kind of sitting through it, to be really, really, really unrewarding. Just kind of on the fence with it. Some interesting sounds and aesthetics per usual, but I do feel like the progression could use some work. Best tracks of the week. We have a bunch of those. Let's barrel through them, shall we? Ba-bam. Starting with Denzel Curry. Quick shout out to this track because Denzel had this song in the meh category previously. But now he's kind of like, you know, revamped Blood on My Nikes, but it has a Juicy J feature now. And I feel like that little extra bit of time with the Juicy J feature is really just kind of what the track needed to push it over the edge. It's a good track. It's a bop. It's a banger. Digging it. Respect it. All right. We have also Tkay Maidza over here in the mix, who is dropping a new track titled Ring-a-Ling. Lots of weird, futuristic, catchy, cross-cultural, Missy Elliott type vibes ringing through on this track. Liking it a lot. She's got 2 solid singles from this new album cycle so far. Looking forward to the record. Also, quick shout out to JPEGMAFIA, who I guess has done it in AEW theme for Nick Wayne. That is linked down below. I mean, you know, it's okay. I'm just kind of throwing it up here because I'm excited about it. It's kind of insane and awesome and, you know, cool. Cool that that's happening. Thumbs up. All right, moving on from there. Osees have come through with a brand new track, the third taste of their upcoming album. You know, every song that I'm hearing so far, this one is titled Stunner, has a little bit of a, you know, an electronic vibe to it. The synths are really prominent, that sort of thing. I mean, it kind of seems like that's going to be, you know, the theme, the concept, the, you know, the driving characteristic of this new LP. And it sounded great. You know, those really kind of angular, insane, proggy synth bits that pop in throughout this track are really colorful, really fun, add a lot to the band's kind of, you know, usually punky demeanor. I'm liking this a lot. It's a really fun track. It's really cool to hear them continuing to experiment and try new things and sounding great doing it. All right, we have freaking Mick Jenkins over here, The Patience. Awesome. Amazing album title. Well, you know, especially considering on the front of the fucking record, he looks like he's totally out of patience. But new track over here, Guapanese. He's killing it. Super expressive, over the top. Lots of talk of money, materialism, so on and so forth. Good flows. The beat is pretty stripped back, but his vocals are so in your face and so pronounced. You know, you don't really need a crazy beat on this track or anything like that. He's selling it himself. He's just selling it vocally. He's killing it on this track. Just absolutely going insane. Making fair points. It's a smart track. All right, moving on from there. Lupe Fiasco, brand new song, and it's a 5-minute cut. Not a lot of structure to it. Feels kind of like a freestyle of sorts. Roc-A-Fella, y'all, is the title of it. And it's about, you know, obviously success within hip hop and for black culture and so on and so forth. And a lot of things connected to that in the grander scheme. But you know, I wouldn't say it's his most focused track lyrically or anything like that. It's just a lot of great, smart, fantastic, well-wrapped bars on a good loop. And Lupe is just sounding great. Obviously, he's still got it. Super talented guy. Love his work. Respect it. And yeah, just cool that he's come through with a new single. All right, moving on from there. New one from JMSN, which is a little old. I'm kind of catching up with it here. I posted it on social media a while ago, but I forgot to talk about it in the last weekly track roundup. Really awesome, powerful fusion of soul and gospel and just like a passionate tune to boot as well on this cut. Lead vocals kill it. Group chorus vocals kill it. The chord progression kills it. Just everything about this track just on fire. Absolutely on fire. Love Me is the title, obviously. It's a beautiful one. Let this thing encapsulate you. That's what I'll say. All right, moving on from there. Jessie Ware has teamed up with Róisín Murphy fantastically. It's been cool to kind of see them getting a little buddy-buddy on social media and, see them kind of mentioned in the same breath with this, little disco wave that they were on when they dropped their last full-length records. And, they're kind of teaming up on this new revamped version of the Jessie Ware tracks, Freak Me Now. So, kind of cool to hear them together. Still sounds like a great cut. Dream team over here. Slam dunks on the disco floor. It's a good cut. Nice team up. All right, moving on from there. Jeff Rosenstock has a brand new cut out. A new single from his upcoming record, Healmode, I believe is the title. This track is titled Healmode. So kind of like the opposite. And it's a serene little acoustic love song that's, all about just kind of like maintaining your emotional and mental sanity. Liking it. Guitars, vocals, all beautiful, all endearing, all pretty. Jeff's working his magic on this track, really flexing that soft, low-key singer-songwriter boy muscle. A couple more. We have James Blake, brand new track. First single I was not so crazy about, Playing Robots into Heaven, upcoming album. This new one over here is a bit of a duet with some very stripped back and moody electronics hanging in the background. I'm kind of liking the vocal chemistry on here, liking the singing, finding the instrumental textures throughout the track to be a lot more interesting as well. I feel like this one is definitely like a step up from the last track for sure. The title of the song is Loading, I believe. Yes, it is. Moving on from there, we have a couple more. Horrendous. Shout out to them with this track that has like some really huge riffy and melodic contrasts across the entire thing. I'll try to pronounce this. Preterition hymn. If I fucked that up, I apologize. But maybe even if this is, and it is, even if this is my least favorite teaser from the record so far, it's still a good teaser. It's still a good track. It's a track that I could really see, kind of providing a bit of breathing room and a bit more melody than some of what we've heard so far on the record. So I'm kind of, pretty excited to see how this new album shapes up. And I liked the band's last album as well. If you're looking for some crazy left field out there, kind of technical, artsy and flashy death metal, Horrendous is the band you want to check out. All right, moving on from there. Bobby Boucher, new track from Earthgang with Benji, and as well as Spillage Village in the mix too. This track's kind of old, but I want to catch up to it now. It's, just kind of your typical Southern weirdo, Earthgang, chill, laid back, sort of heady vibe, but, with like some good lyrical chemistry between everybody and a cool instrumental, kind of funny Adam Sandler nod as well. But yeah, cool track, cool cut, just kind of catching up with it. Regret not shouting it out the week that it came out. All right. Whoa. This track over here gave me some goddamn whiplash because this is one of my favorite experimental duos and one of my least favorite pop duos coming together on the same song, Purity Ring and Black Dresses. And you know what? God damn it. It's fun. It's great. I feel like Purity Ring's glossy, sort of heavenly sound contrasts interestingly with how hellish and hideous Black Dresses music is. It's a ferocious and dynamic cut that's really fun. Shines is the title. And this is really cool. Wouldn't mind hearing them team up again, honestly. All right, moving on from there. Doechii, Universal Swamp Anthem. She's basically doing her own commentary on love and the politics of love over, the instrumental to International Players Anthem. And, it's not a bad update. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to play it over the original anytime soon, but, it was a faithful and fun kind of revision. So shout out to Doechii. We also have a new one from Offset and Cardi B, Jealousy. Did they do the drama for this single? I mean, regardless, it's a banger. I mean, Cardi sounds fantastic, as she usually does. But Offset is sounding way more awake than he typically comes across on a track. So big charismatic man energy on this cut, for sure. And some funny bars to boot, good instrumental. And it's kind of cool to hear them crossing over, finally, you know, artistically speaking. They should be doing it more. They should be doing it more. All right, we have Aphex Twin. Just want to do a quick shout out to let you guys know that there's a brand new EP out. Liking this track, probably going to talk about the EP at some point when I hear the entire thing and finish it. But Zin 2 Test 5 is the track that I wanted to point out to y'all. It's great. It's fantastic. Give it a listen. Awesome new EP from Richard D. James. Cool that he's treating us. All right, and finally, A.G. Cook, producer extraordinaire, has an edit out, a 2023 edit for this track over here titled Beautiful. It's very hyper, it's very nightcore, it's very groovy. If that's kind of your vibe, I think you're going to love this track quite a bit. It bangs, bangs, bangs. And that is going to be it for the weekly track roundup, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Love you. Hug you. And yeah, subscribe and like the video and comment and all that stuff. Okay? All right. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this thing. Remember, everything I talked about linked down below. And that is going to be it. Weekly track roundup forever.